welcome to my channel. Well, the last time we configured the thermals for the SP10 Pro, and now we're going to configure the thermals for the SC21 Pro, and they're different. They're different in a few different ways. For one, you don't have to take the battery out of this one. So if you program it up and you've got it set to where you like it, as long as the battery doesn't go completely dead in here, you can charge it up and it'll always remember the settings. But let's just say, also the difference is when you change the battery on this, it does not automatically go into muggle mode. This one does. This one automatically goes to a simple user interface, and you've got to get it out of it. This one won't. So already we've simplified things. Also, the programming for the thermal is a lot easier on this one because you don't have to go through a bunch of different clicks. It goes through both settings. So when you're in the thermal configuration, how does it get between 1 and 2? It does it automatically. It'll flash. We'll show it to you here. It'll flash, and then let me get the diffuser. On this one, you don't have to do a factory reset when you change the battery. I just like to do it because it configures the flashlight for the current temperature. So let's go through that. We'll just loosen the cap. It's not flashing anymore. Hold the button down. Tighten it back up. Do it spasmatic. Pow! We let go of the button. Alright, now the thermal limit for the current temperature should be correct. But we're going to program it just so I'll show you how you can program it. So let's do a 1, 2, 3 from off, and it should give us the battery voltage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't count these first ones when it goes through. It acts weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Either 4.0 or 4.1. That's a quick flash there. All right. 2 clicks will not get us into thermal configuration like it does on Android 2. See, it goes to temperature check as a second one. This one goes into sunset, beacon, and then temperature check. So 1, 2, that's sunset. 1, 2, that's beacon. 1, 2, we're in temperature. So what does it say the current temperature is? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 23 degrees centigrade. So we're going to, when we go to program this, we're going to change that one. Let's say that you checked your temperature and it was way off. And then this can happen with factory, if you get it from the factory. I had one that was reading 19 degrees Celsius and it was 24 in there. So that's a big difference. I think with that set as being run low, it'll either give you it freaks it out. It's not reading the accurate temperature, so it'll ramp differently compared to what the temperature is it thinks it is. So we've already done that. So let's go with see, this one is just 4 clicks to get into configuration. So 1, 2, 3, 4. As it's spazzing, that's when you set the limit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We're going to say 24. You don't do anything, it goes into the second one. This is your thermal limit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Now it'll go back after it does that, and it'll read the current temperature. We should have a 24. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. If it reads 25, it might be because this thing got hot while you're doing that. All right. Now we can't check the other thing unless we use a thermometer, put it in turbo, and see when it ramps down. But all this is really telling me is I programmed the correct thing if I'm doing the thermal limit. All right. So that's it. It makes it easier the way this one is done, because when you go to 4, right there you can start programming your first step. If you don't want to do it, bam, there's your second step. That is much easier. If you don't do anything, it just goes back to the default. This is much easier to set than the SP10 as far as programming, because you don't have to go back. You don't have to get yourself out of muggle mode. You don't have to, I think it was, what, 7 clicks or something? And then you got to go through it again. This one will automatically go through both sequences. The first one will set the temperature of the flashlight, and the second one will set the temperature when it ramps down. So I hope that is helpful for you. I did another video on this. It was like 20 minutes long, and I thought, man, I can condense this down a little bit at least, you know. So there you go. That's just a quickie on how to configure the thermals for the the SC21 Pro. It's different from the SP10. And the only thing that I found that's wrong on this is that if you do get into muggle mode, it's not 6 clicks to get out of it on this thing. But that's possibly a rarity. It was on this flashlight. There you go. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.